Hey, family relations classmates. This is my outline for our lesson two, just to go over some of the things that I've learned so far and my reflections on the readings. Hopefully, I'm doing this the right way. So, I guess to start off, my name is Rivka Jensen. I live in Rogers, Arkansas, and I am going to school in the home and family major, but I want to be an English teacher for secondary school. So some of the things I'm learning in this class, well, I will definitely be incorporating things that I learned in this class into my role as a teacher. So to get started, there's things I learned from each lesson that I'm covering. I'll try to go by quickly, that way it doesn't feel like you're here forever. But so the first question is, what capacity do I see myself getting involved with strengthening marriages and families through family life education? In regards to the workshops, I see myself getting involved with the young single adults, which is the people between ages 18 and 30. And in regards to my future career, I'll be working with secondary school aged kids, and through both of these capacities, I'll be working on strengthening marriages and families through preliminary perspectives. The next question that I'm covering is, what specific strengths, abilities, and expertise do I have that would enable me to play a role in taking family life education to at-risk groups that need FLE the most? I think one thing will be that as a school teacher, I'm around at-risk groups. And as far as things about me that will be helpful is my age. A lot of at-risk groups involve younger demographics, so since I'm still pretty young, that gives me kind of a unique connection with them. And also my background in FLE courses through my undergrad. And this one's kind of a double-edged sword, since I have some knowledge in this area because of my classes, but at the same time, I don't have a master's or anything in it, so I don't have like the required amount to handle and apply that knowledge to different situations. And I also don't really feel confident in it yet, since I don't have specialized training in it yet. Another strength I think I have is that I just have personal traits of I've always been a really good listener and been supportive of people without being judgmental. So I think that would be helpful with at-risk groups. Questions from lesson one are, which level of FLE prevention would most closely correspond with my interests? I would say primary prevention works the best with my interests, since the population groups that I'd be working with don't have families or marriages of their own yet. Why is it so critical for me to be thorough in identifying the problems and needs of my target audience? Also, how would I go about identifying those problems and needs? I think it's critical for me to be thorough in identifying those problems, because without identifying them, you won't be able to address and help them. I help with those problems and needs. I think a good way of looking at it is, it's like if I got a cut on my leg, but I'm putting the Band-Aid on my arm. Like, you can't fix a problem if you don't identify it and know what it is. So so some of the ways that I think, some of the problems that my groups would be having, or at risk of having, or I guess ways I could identify problems that my groups are having would be for the young single adults. I would speak with the branch president, who's aware of their needs and their trials. And then also I can take a preliminary poll with them and have them rank in order, or make a list of different topics that they would like to learn about and what they need help with. Some simplified ways that I could assess and respond to specific needs of those I'm working with for my practicum would be to create and review a preliminary poll that I mentioned above, and also open up just discussions at the beginning of my meetings, at the end of my meetings, about topics that they feel like we covered a lot of, or we didn't cover enough of, and that way we can get more in. Okay, questions from lesson two. What approach to family life education do I subscribe to? I really like the collaborator approach and the facilitator approach. The facilitator, because it kind of gives the participants more of a say in the subject matter, which I feel like would make the class more applicable and personal to them. And I also like that it's helping them reach their own conclusions, so I feel like when that happens, they remember it better and they apply it more. I like the collaborator because you're implementing participants' own life experiences into your subjects, and you're making a curriculum fit around that. But ultimately, I like the eclectic approach because there's great things about each different approach, and so I think it's more realistic that I would be applying things from different areas and doing that. So, okay, so what are my beliefs about the purpose or role of the family, and how does FLE tie in with those beliefs? For me, I think that the purpose of the role of the family is to be a support system for individuals within the family. Our families are the ones that rear us and raise us and guide us and love us unconditionally, and in society, they're the reason behind everything that we do. People work so they can provide for their family, and just everything is for the family unit. And so I think that FLE is helpful because it helps to support the families and to strengthen them, and so it's just building that foundation that everything's happening for. What are my values or beliefs that provide guidance as I work with people, whether providing FLE or in some other capacity? My religion definitely instills values and beliefs in me that guide everything I do. Some of those values are to uplift others, the importance of families, being happy, repentance, and utilizing the atonement, just in the sense that people can change, and knowing that we're here for a reason and that this life is a test and we're supposed to have hard times and learn to overcome it. The last question that I am covering is what is needed to motivate people, and what role do you play in the motivation process? I think that goals are really important in motivating people. You don't want to do anything unless there's a reason, and I think helping them see the reason and want to change the way that things are and to work towards something is really important for people and helps them get motivation. And I think helping them see what they ultimately want and teaching them how to get there will make them listen and be involved and want it too. But that's about all I had. I hope that I did this the right way. Thanks for watching if you made it all the way through, and have a great night.